But Selena, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And you know what this is all about. What is your favorite question? So if you can only share one of the great questions that you ask in your role as a teacher, a guide, and a coach, what would that one question be?
Yeah. So, I help my clients achieve big goals, whether it's writing a best-selling book or getting high-end clients or having a great launch or getting incredible publicity. So the question that I ask them is, who has already achieved your goal and who can help you, reach that goal faster? Rather than thinking about what are the steps, I like to think about who are the people that can help me get to that goal faster, people who have already gone through the process and who know what kinds of things to avoid and what kinds of things to do. And so that is the question, who has already achieved your goal, who can help you get there faster.
I love that. So when you ask that question, are you looking for people who are kind of like, this is the person I want to be, like in 3 years time or 5 years time, I'm trying to become, the next Ramit Sethi, say, or are you thinking about who are people they may be kind of in a different field, but have kind of gone through a similar process?
It really depends on what they're looking to achieve. So for example, if they're looking to get publicity, I like them to think about, okay, who are the leaders in my industry who have achieved this goal? So let's say somebody is in the personal development or kind of like the spiritual space, and one of the leaders in their industry is Gabrielle Bernstein. So if you're looking to do more podcast interviews, like a smart thing to do would Google the words Gabrielle Bernstein and podcast interview, or go onto iTunes and type in her name under podcast. Then all the podcasts that she's been on iTunes will be listed. So that's what I call the follow the leader technique. Rather than thinking about where should I be, see what the other leaders are doing. And that will help you develop a list of potential podcasts that you could be on. You do that with 5 people. You could easily have, 30 plus incredible media opportunities to start pursuing. The other thing is to think about, who's right in front of you. Do you have other friends that have, written that guest post for Positively Positive or contributed for Thrive Global or written for Mind Body Green? And then getting their advice and support in terms of reaching that goal for yourself. So it can be people that you aspire to be like, as well as people in your more immediate circle that can make introductions or offer you tips to reach your goal faster.
Love that. Can I ask a related question? It's a bit off topic.
Absolutely.
But
I don't mind.
When you point to those things like, who's appeared on these podcasts or who's appeared written for these channels, these kind of magazines, do you think it's better to find, let's say, the top 5 and write repeatedly for that top 5 or maybe that, a certain type? Or do you think it's better to try and scattergun and go, look, I want to have an article in 100 different magazines?
Yeah, sure. So it really depends on what your goal is. When you write for more places, you have more relationships, and those relationships can be really valuable. But then the other thing is that you also want to have depth, so, there are people like a lot of my clients, maybe there is one publication they have a really deep relationship with. Maybe they're writing weekly for Forbes or monthly for Positively Positive. And then there's other opportunities they pursue as they come up. There are going to be certain media outlets that are more appropriate for you given your goals and the type of audience you're looking to reach. So I would say double down on that, but also expand, even like for me, for example, my ideal clients really come from the coaching world. So being on podcasts like this is really valuable for me to reach the kinds of people that I'm looking to serve. But I wouldn't say no for an opportunity to be in Cosmopolitan or Marie Claire magazine. If it was, someone who is, a female entrepreneur who's making it out on her own. And also when you're looking to pursue, say, a book deal in the future, if you can show that you have breadth and that you have been able to get mainstream media, it's going to make you more attractive to potential publishers and could potentially help you get an even bigger book deal.
Nice. Wonderful. Selena, great question. Who's walked the path before you as a way of thinking? So if I'm playing follow the leader, who should I be following? So I love that. Wonderful. As I say, so I want people to hear this, not just if you're an entrepreneur building your business, but also if you work inside an organization. It's like, okay, who's walked that path and what's their journey teaching me? Hey, it's MBS here. If you've got a question you'd like me to answer on video, leave it in the comments below. I'll do my best to get to it.